welcome to Let's Play Need for Speed 3 Hot Pursuit, episode 16. And for this episode, it is now time for us to head over to Rocky Pass. And of course, before I do that, I of course, as you would expect, am going to change the colour of my car once again because notoriety. And we're going to be driving in purple this time. Interesting. Very interesting. And let's now review the track info for Rocky Pass.
Simplicity can be deceptive. This snowbound track, while not appearing overly intimidating, presents a challenge to even the most seasoned racers. The western route serves up conditions and curves that make continued high speeds difficult, but attainable. Cliffside driving on the northern face is very fast. Find your line and floor the pedal here to shave off some valuable time. Vertigo's in store, with big elevation changes on this narrow stretch and high-speed corners adding to this roller coaster experience. Nothing but skill will help you negotiate this tough series of switchbacks. Use finesse when braking and accelerating, and keep your cornering clean.
Interesting. Anyways, let's head over to Rocky Pass. And where I now have a 2-point over ice as a result of him finishing 6th in Atlantica. And where Terra is now officially engaged in a fight with Bullet for 3rd position. And oddly enough, he has proven to be consistent for the past 2 races. And well, as much as I really don't want to, I probably am going to have to go out eventually because, well, I have work to do. But,
2, 1, go!
Anyways, let's get through Rocky Pass, where I'm pretty sure this is going to be another race up in the peaks.
3, 2, 1, go!
Me, that's what. Okay, so I think if there is one thing which I've learned from this race is that overall I clearly need to limit the damage if I'm going to end up having a crash. I need to basically limit the damage as much as I fucking can. Pretty much as humanly possible as it is for me to basically limit the damage to basically the minimal thoroughbred that I'm meant to limit it to. Because at the moment, I can gladly say that, well, my runs up to this point have sucked. And that comes as a result of my super costly errors, which have really been frustrating me. And I think it's also because of, well, the AI's beneficiaries around certain circuits, but anyways, basically what I need to do is, well, I basically need to have a crash-free run if I'm going to win this race. As like, I need to stay up front and not have any big ones if I'm going to win this tournament with professionalism. I basically need to be mistake-free. if I'm actually going to get through this without having to wreck myself.
Lap 2.
No, not quite as fast as the previous one, but again, up to this point, I basically just have to take whatever the hell I can get. Because judging by the preliminary races, it is not going to be possible for me to win this unless I go mistake-free. In terms of having those super costly moments. And it is actually snowing pretty hard outside my house right now. Just figured I'd point that out. Although, dependent on knowing if that will actually be said in this attempt or not, remains to be seen. Because I have a feeling I'm probably going to have another wreck before this is over. But again, like I said before, it's all about damage limitation. And that's exactly how I'm going to win this tournament. Okay, well, at least it wasn't bad enough to make me flip. Because if it was, then, well, I would have been frustratingly pissed. But at the moment, that's actually not proving to be the case, because it was not quick enough to become that major mistake. And virtually power sliding myself through that first hairpin there, and I'm now back in the lead with an interval over Blazin, who is now in second, and I think he's fighting for second with Ice, it looks like, in that little scuffle which is going on behind me. Don't know where Ice
You
is,
beat the lap
to be
record.
precise,
Lap 3.
and I beat the lap record by over a second. And furthermore, yes, on Rocky Pass I have, of course, hit my top speed twice in this race already, which is basically, I think, 191 miles an hour, which is basically the top speed of the Jag. Oh, here comes Blazin. No wait, that was Bullets. Nope, I'm not losing the lead, damn it. Stay away from me, damn it. I don't want to lose this race. Even though I'll probably lose the next one, because we're going to Country Woods. Well, maybe I need to do what BFM says and just stop lowering my expectations. Although oddly enough, that's probably only for the NASCAR Ignition game, which oddly enough I have heard overall is just a dreadful game. In terms of what exactly the game itself is like overall. Oh, I braked way too early for that. Well, at least I can say it gave me a heads up over what was to come. Even though I still think it was way too early to step on the brakes. Whilst that might just be me. Anyways, I'm back up front. I'm really hopeful in saying this will be the run. Even though I'm really hopeful in saying this will be the run, which gives me the victory. I really do want to win this race. Is this going to beat my previous best?
You beat the lap record.
Yes,
it's
it is.
the final lap.
Yes, it is. By nearly 1.5 seconds. I beat my previous best lap time. As of which, up to this point, I've already got beat in terms of what's already been happening, and Terra at the moment is actually in the fight for second position at the moment, alongside Bullet, I think. And as to where the hell Ice is, he's probably somewhere within that pack as well, but not fighting for second, I don't think. Well, he's either over there or he's basically further back, is what me thinks, over where he is currently positioned. And at the moment in this run, besides having a couple of scrapes with the walls and the guardrails, somehow I've still managed to keep myself in contention for the race win, and braking early, I know for sure I'm not going to get through that sharp right-hander at full speed. I had to brake early so I could stay out in front, and now all I have to do is survive the rest of the lap, if I can do that. And I think the game just had a little glitch there for some reason, as of which it does tend to do that quite a bit. Tends to glitch on certain edges. Well, could be hard on the edges, but you know, that's just my opinion. But overall, this game compared to Need for Speed 2, I would gladly say is a major improvement. And I probably will say that again in the conclusion of this game as well. And not going to beat my
You've won the race.
previous best time. But again, it is 2 wins in a row for me and my Jag.
Congratulations! You beat the best time for this track.
Or if I'm being more technical, me and my Technicolored Jag.
Congratulations! You beat the lap record for this track.
And reasons why? Well, because I know how to win. And I just annihilated both of those records. Here at Rocky Pass, I'm going to assume that was simply because of my cornering speed, but overall, I just annihilated everyone else in terms of the overall lap times. I really have, trust me. So, in the end of that, I won by less than 1.4 seconds over Bullet. Ice finished in 3rd ahead of Terra, Blazin was 5th, followed by Swerve in the Lamborghini Diablo, then it was Tad in 7th in his Ferrari 550, and then at the back in the Ital Design, it was once again Carcass. And so, I'm now going to record a replay. Took me 2 failed attempts to try and get the run right, and then once I did, I basically led from start to finish. Even though I'm not going to record a full lap of this because, well, I think that'll just take too long, so I think I'll just record part of the lap whilst I'm here. Let's see what this comes down
3,
to.
2, 1, go!
Maybe I can manage to get something reasonable from this. see if there are any other shots I can get of this thing. Let's see if I can manage to get a shot I can work with. I think I'll wait until I get this thing up to the top and then I can... That is quite a pack behind me. Oh, and I think someone just flipped. Unless they glitched out or something. Unless I didn't tell for sure. Okay, well anyways, I think that should do it for the thumbnail shots. Hopefully I did manage to get something reasonable. I might also use that pack shot I got with the other Jags. And so, at the conclusion of 4 races, I now hold a 4-point lead over Ice. Bullet is now back up to 3rd ahead of Terror. Blazin is officially secured for 5th, it looks like, ahead of Swerve. Tad is currently in 7th, and Carcass is still at the back with just 4 points, as of which there have been no changes between 7th and 8th at the present time. And so next time we shall be heading over to Country Woods. Stay tuned for more of the Hot Pursuits.